Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. HVK all day. Let's get it, man. Alright, so in today's video, I want to talk about receiving free things when you're on retention. Alright, this is one of these phenomenons that be happening. I hear a lot of people talk about it. I've experienced it as well. That when you are on retention, from time to time, like people will give you like free things, bro. I can't make this up, bro. And I feel like the reason for that is because it's your aura. All right. Essentially, when you start retaining and you cut off, the hub, you basically start becoming more pure. You become more of a pure soul. Yeah, man. And it's just like your energy is just so much more different than everybody else's because a lot of people are consumed by like a lot of darkness, out here in this society. So when you're doing things right, when you're not watching the hub, when you're not drinking, when you're retaining, you just become like like a very positive person, man. You have like a lot of positive energy within you, and your interactions with people just change. You treat people more authentically and more real. And the thing is that people feel your energy, right? You're not like depleted out here, bro. Like you literally have a bigger aura when you are retaining. It's spiritual, right? You have more of an energetic impact in the people around you, right? So essentially, you will make people feel really good, right? Just by being yourself. And in return, it's almost like they want to do something nice for you. So you will sometimes get things for free. And you're not even like asking for it or anything. It will just catch you off guard. It will just catch you off guard and you'll be like, what the heck, So I wrote down a list of things that I have experienced, while being on retention and like receiving free things. So I'm gonna read some of these things to you. So the first one was one time I got a free tank of gas. I was at work and I forgot my wallet that day, and so like my how do you say, like my tank was low. It was like almost at E. It was basically at E already. So I asked this one coworker, this chick. I was like, "Oh, do you have like $10 I could borrow? Just to like fill up my tank, or just to fill up a little bit, just to make it home." And we ended up going to the gas station together, and she used her card, and she's like, "Oh, how much does your card take?" I was like, "Oh, like 40 or like 50." And she filled it up all the way to 50, and I was like, "Oh, I appreciate you. Like, I'll get you back tomorrow." And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And I was like, "Bro, like for reals?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it." And like, it was funny, bro. Like I wasn't even asking like that. Like I wasn't even trying to uh fill it up to 50, but she was like, "Oh, fill it up all the way." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got you." Like I was gonna fill it up anyways when I had money, but she ended up just giving me like a free tank of gas, right? And we were just like talking like that, and then I don't know, she just felt like the need to do that. So that was one of those things. The second thing that I wrote is one time a lot of these were like from experiences from like cashiers. So another one that I wrote was I was at like this gas station, and I just bought like something, like one item, and then I was just talking to the lady, and she was like, "Oh, is that all you're getting?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she just gave me like a free a little free thing of donuts. She's like, "Oh, you could have this." I was like, "Really?" And another one is like I was talking to a cashier, and she was eating a cookie, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good." And she just like walked away. She didn't say anything. She just walked away, and then she just gave me like this big ass like chocolate cookie with a napkin, and she's like, "Here you go." And I was like, I wasn't even asking for it or anything. Like I literally just said, "Oh, that looks good," and then she just gave me like a cookie. And like, yeah, man, it's just things like that. Just people seem to treat you a lot nicer. A lot with more respect. And yeah, man, I wrote a couple more things on here I want to share. One time I was at a store, and I was talking to this chick in the line, right? It was like this chick in front of me, and she was probably like, she looked pretty good too. She was probably like in her 30s, But I just had like a little conversation with her, right? And I noticed that she had like three coated apples, and I was like, oh, those look pretty good. And she was like, oh, pick one. And I was like, that one. It was like a cookies and cream or something. And then she like had the cashier person scan it, and then she was like, here you go. And she like literally bought me like one of those apples, and like I wasn't even asking or anything like that. She just, yeah, man. And I later found out that she wasn't even buying those. They were on a display. But, she just randomly like felt the need to like get me one. And those apples were like $5 each because they were all coated and stuff. But yeah, like I just literally had like a little conversation with her. She was like, oh, pick one. And then she just bought me one like out of nowhere. She's like, oh, have a good day. I was like, what the heck, bro? Like it's your energy, bro. It's your energy that you give off to people. They feel good, man, so they just feel like they want to do something in return. All right. But it's like, I don't know, like I said, like you receive a lot more luck when you're retaining. It's like things seem to be more in your favor. You get like these little rewards. Like I mentioned one time, I was at a store and I was looking at like these blueberries, and I was thinking about sampling one, but I ended up not doing that because they're like sealed. So I put it back, and literally like when I got out of the store, there was like unopened blueberries right there, like right next to me, and there was like nobody around. And yeah, man, just like weird things like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so another occasion is I got $50, bro. So like I was at a, I was like at work, right? And this customer, she came out of her house, and I was scrolling on Reddit, reading like posts of like people receiving good luck when they're retaining. And while I was reading that, I was about to leave, but all of a sudden like this lady came out of her house, and then she just gave me like a $50 bill, and she's like, oh, I appreciate you. And she just walked away like all casual. I was like, what the heck? You know? And yeah, it was pretty trippy, guys. Another one that I wrote is I got free movie tickets, right? So I went to the movies, and I don't know exactly what happened, but essentially like I got free movie tickets because the movie that I was gonna go watch, I guess it wasn't working. So I just went to another movie theater down the street, but I got like free movie tickets for like another occasion, right? So that happened. Um, let's see what else I wrote. Let's see. So one time I was about to, like, for some reason I felt like playing soccer, right? So I was gonna go to a store to buy like a soccer ball, and on my way to the store, I like literally found like a brand new soccer ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just weird, bro. It was just like I just had this random thought. I was like, I should go play soccer, or I just wanted to, get a soccer ball. I was literally gonna go buy one, and I find one like on my way to the store, bro. All right, so yeah, man, just things like that. Um, the last one that I wrote, which literally happened yesterday, which I still have, the cup, is I basically went to a Dutch Bros. I never been there before, and there's always like a big ass line, right? But people always talk about like, oh, it's so good, but like I wanted to go try it, right? So, and I was debating if I should go or not, but I ended up going after work, and I was just like, I wasn't even in the drive-through. Like I literally walked up to the door, or to like the little window, and I was just talking to like this dude, and I was like, oh yeah, can I just get like the kicker or whatever, like this coffee? And I was just there, and there was like two chicks that were like, oh, have you been helped already? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm good, thank you. So I just had like two interactions with like these two chicks, and then I had the money in my hand already. It was like $6. And then so when they handed me the drink, they're like, oh, here you go. It was like this chick this time, that gave me my drink. And then I was about to like give her the money. She was like, it's okay, like have a good night, like you're good, like. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, have a good night. I I was like, oh, thanks. I just walked away, bro. It was like, what the heck? And you know the crazy part is, bro, that I'm not even the type of person to really be going out like that. Like to be out and about in public. You know, I'm usually just chilling either at home or at work or, you know, hitting the gym or, you know, just going out once in a while, right? But for the most part, like I'm not the type of person to always be just out and about, you know, just like around people or things like that. So these are some of the things that I received while being out and about, you know, just getting free things out of nowhere. And I'm telling you, it's because of your energy, man. It's your aura. You know, you have a positive impact in the people around you. So it's like people feel the need to like do something nice for you, man. You know, it's pretty bizarre, guys. Like you just get like free drinks, free food, free things, bro. Like it just depends on like who you're talking to, man. Like you never know who you like might make someone's day just by being like your authentic self, man. Like just somebody could be having like a bad day or whatever, and then I don't know, man. You just have like a little interaction with them, and then you just like make their day, and they just want to like do something nice for you and give you something free. But like I said, it's also like it's almost like you get like little rewards from just for being like disciplined, you know, not being out here just like willfully sinning, as they say, and just basically, you know, doing things right, man. It's just things are more in your favor, and things just seem to go your way a lot more when you're on this SR lifestyle. And yeah, man, you just kind of, like I said, you have a lot of positive energy like within you. So it's like you start mirroring things, you know, or like the God and like the universe starts giving you positive things in return because that's the vibration and the frequency that you're giving off. You know, like you ever notice that um, people that are always like negative or they're always like gossiping or they're just very dramatic, things always go wrong for them, right? And it's because of the energy that they're putting out into the atmosphere, right? And they're like unaware about it. You know, they do all this negative stuff and then that's all they get in return, right? But when you start doing like a lot of positive things and it all starts from within, right? That's what you're gonna get in return as well. You know, opportunities are gonna open up for you, and just things just seem to go more in your favor, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, another thing that I forgot was like I went to Vegas one time and I was like talking to this dude, like this total stranger. We're gonna go bungee jump off the stratosphere, and like I was chopping it up with him too. And then he like I was just like I befriended him, right? And he was like trying to buy me like a Red Bull or something. Like he was just trying to buy me a drink that was up there on that building. I was like, oh no, I'm good, bro. Like I don't need a Red Bull. But that was another example right there, man. Like he was like, oh, do you want me to get you a drink? I was like, nah. He's like, I'm good, bro. And yeah, this happened to me one time at a recently as well, like at a little gathering, right? It was like at a restaurant or some type of place that people go to hang out. And I was just like talking to some people there, and they were like, "Oh, do you want a drink?" That like they were trying to buy me like a beer, but I was like, "Oh no, I'm good." It's like, "Are you sure, man? Like I could get you one." I was like, "I'm fine, man." But things like that, man, it always seems to be like a lot of drinks, right? People try to buy you those things, but yeah, that's basically it, man. That's all I really wanted to talk about is that you receive free things when you're on retention, because essentially, you know, you have a lot of positive energy within you, and the way that people like perceive you is like, you know, it's like spiritual stuff, you know, it's like spiritual as well. It's not just like physical. But yeah, like if you're like a negative person, man, like people aren't gonna want to do things for you, man. They're not gonna want to do things for someone that's always negative, that's always just like mean, or just yeah, the way that they treat people, bro. Like yeah, man. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys have a good day. Maintain your frame. Retain gang. I'm out. Peace.